Okay, back to the class. So what are the forms of separation of powers in a modern democratic country? They usually have three, right? Usually they have three. Okay, but for people in our country, we have five, but two extra. But anyhow, in most modern democratic countries, they have three. The idea of separation powers is to separate the national powers into three categories in a hope they can somehow balance with each other. Okay, so in a modern or in a general modern democratic country, they are executive power. Okay, they have judiciary power, and they have legislative power. Okay, so these are the common form of separation of powers in a general democratic country. Okay, they separate the national power into these three. Okay, but in our country, in our beautiful Taiwan, what are our form of separation of powers? We have these three. We also have these three, but we have two more. We have two extra powers. So if you remember the website that we introduced many classes ago, many weeks ago, there's a website maintained by the Ministry of Justice. Okay, they have a translation. They have translations of our national laws, many laws, not all of them, but many of them, into English. Okay, do you have remember? Yes, we have used that quite often in our commercial law class, right? Yeah. But they also have English translations of our constitution on that website. I cannot remember how to spell that website, but you can go back to our previous slide. Okay, website maintained by our Ministry of Justice. Okay, and on that website, they also have the translation of our constitution, and they translate the separation of power in our constitution slightly differently. Okay, so I mean, in Taiwan or in our country, we separate our national powers into five categories. They are administration, they are judiciary, they are legislation, and control and examination. Okay. I don't know who was in charge of that translation on that website. But anyhow, the English version of our national laws on that website, even including the Constitution, those English versions are not binding. Only the Chinese version, only the Mandarin version are binding. Okay. But if we talk about binding, actually, it is very difficult to say whether the Constitution, uh, the articles or the descriptions in the Constitution is binding because the Constitution is too concise. It is not easily enforceable. So it is very difficult to say whether an article in the Constitution is binding or not. Okay. There's a very common example when we study about Constitution. For example, there is an article in our Constitution that says the government, the nation should protect the lives of citizens, okay, to keep them alive, something like that. Okay, so for example, if today there's a citizen who lives in poverty, who cannot afford his own living, can he claim, according to that article, to the country, say, please give me some bread and rice for me to survive? Can he do that? No, because generally the Constitution, in any jurisdiction, okay, especially in our jurisdiction, generally the Constitution itself is not specific, is not applicable by its own nature. Okay, so what should that citizen do? Okay, because our Constitution, like what we just talked about in our last class, they have like a fundamental right protection. And then they have like the structure of the government, something like that. And the national policies, something like the citizen welfare, something like that. So our legislative body, our legislative yuan, will have to make laws, for example, about those citizen welfare protection according to the article here, for example, the protection of life. Okay. So a citizen cannot claim the right mostly in this section, in any section of the Constitution, but perhaps he can claim the right according to the laws drafted by the delegation of power from this section. Okay, so anyhow, the Constitution. What I'm saying here is the Constitution itself is not general is not binding. Okay. Either when all it's binding, but it's not applicable. I should be more precise on that. It's binding, but you cannot. I mean, a citizen cannot directly claim the right under those articles, or the government cannot enforce the content directly according to those articles because those are too concise, those are too brief. They have to enforce according to the laws. Okay, cannot enforce the articles in the Constitution. But anyhow, uh, anyhow, on that website, they have somehow different translation about the separation of powers compared to the ones that we generally use, for example, in English legal documents. Okay, so we have administration power, we have judiciary power, we have legislation power. Okay, we have control power and examination power, and the head of each, the authority of each power is called yuan. Okay, we have 5 yuans. Oh, okay, here. Okay, okay. So these are the situation. Oh, this is the form of separation of powers in Taiwan. But because we are talking about the situation in the European Union, so let's ignore it just for now. Okay, in the European Union, they also have something similar to this kind of separation of powers. And let's take a look at the legislative powers in the European Union. Okay, in the European Union, the legislative powers is, the authority is kind of we call it bicameralism, something like that, which means it is constituted of 2 kind of institute. By means 2. Okay, like in the United States, they have Senate and the representative of House of Representatives. Okay, there are 2 institutes. And in the European Union, they have the Council and the Parliament. The member is like the upper parliament, and it's like the lower parliament, or general. General is lower. Okay. The member of councils are selected by each member state. They will pick someone, just a couple, to constitute the members of council. And the parliament, the members of European Parliament was